What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, and I'm back with another video, man. And you already know what I need you to do. Hit that subscribe for your boy, man. Listen, if you want to get the free book on overcoming masturbation, keyboards, laptops, and desktops, just follow the instructions in the comments, man. It's a free book. So all you have to do is email me, and I will email you the book. If you want to leave a donation, you can. My Cash App is in the comment. Let's get into this video, man. Lust is a sign that danger is ahead. You have to understand when you get these desires of lust, these urges of lust, that's an indication that something of danger is ahead. It could be the danger of losing your life. It could be the danger of losing your job. It can be the danger of destroying a wonderful friendship. It can be the danger of ruining your reputation and basically destroying your whole identity that you've built within a particular community or space. Lust is a sign that danger is ahead. And we're going to go over some Bible verses that highlight this. But when you begin to feel lustful and there's a urge, an inspiration for you to move and to act on that lust, just know that there's something on the other side of that lust that is not going to be beneficial for you. And at the moment, you can't see it because your flesh is blinding you to the consequences. You're being blinded by your flesh of the consequences that are going to be a result of you indulging in this particular act. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 10. If a man commits adultery with the wife of his neighbor, both the adulterer and the adulteress shall be put to death. How many times has a man committed the act of adultery and as a result, he died? Whether it was in the Bible times or whether that other man found out and shot and killed him or stabbed him to death. These things are real. These things do happen, and they happen every single day. But when you're so blinded by your lust, man, you can really put yourself in a situation that you may not bounce back from. You may lose your life over a woman, man. A lot of men, millions, have lost their lives because of one moment of sexual pleasure. The Bible is warning us about these things. It's warning us about these things, and you have to know, man, when you see these urges, when you see the temptation, when you see this glistening, juicy, red apple, right? And it's being placed in front of you, and your mouth is salivating, and you can taste it. You're imagining it. Just know that when you bite into it, when you bite into the lust of your flesh, just know you're biting into poison. And that poison is going to kill you in one way, shape, or another. Proverbs 6:32 says, but he who commits adultery has no sense. He who does it destroys himself. See, you don't understand that you're about to destroy yourself. You can't see it because you're blinded. You're blinded. James 4:4. You adulterous people, do you not know that friendship with the world is enmity with God? Therefore, whoever wishes to be a friend of the world makes himself an enemy of God. When you think about these, I was having a conversation with a good friend of mine, and he called me about the Usher situation, how Usher was all up on Alicia Keys in the Super Bowl halftime show. And one of the things that he reminded me of, shout out Sleepy Little Thug, One of the things he reminded me, actually, you're not that anymore, bro. If you're watching this video, you have a new identity. I'm just taking it all the way back. We go back 20 years. But one thing he reminded me of on this particular event was that Usher, when you listen to his music, it's always about him taking someone else's woman. It's always about adultery. It's always about doing some sneak stuff on the low behind another man's back. It's always about being a side piece, a side dude to these females and confessing your love for these particular women, that you're not in the main relationship, but you're on the side relationship. And I was like, man, you know what? That is his music. And that's a spirit. That's the spirit of adultery. That's the spirit of fornication. This type of behavior is causing people to lose their lives, causing families to be broken up. You don't understand the implications of what your actions can be if you give into that temptation. You could be breaking up a happy home. Kids' lives are going to be derailed. This kid's going to grow up, with a broken home because you wanted to seduce his mother, or the mother wanted to seduce this man who was married and had a family. And now these kids' lives are changed forever. Now they can't experience Christmas. They can't experience Thanksgiving. They can't experience family vacations because the divide between the mother and the father, the trust is broken. The trust is broken. So you don't know what you are doing. You don't know when you're signing on to that OnlyFans. This father could be praying for his daughter to get out of that world of sexual immorality. When you're paying for that prostitute, right? You're paying whatever they're charging for them to give you sexual favors, and you're wasting your money on prostitution. You don't know the implications of that, right? Many men have sex with prostitutes, and now you have AIDS, you have HIV, you have herpes. You can't get rid of herpes. There's no cure for it, right? So now you're destroying your future, right? You can't, in right conscience, get with a woman knowing you have herpes. You have to divulge that information. And if you divulge that information, that relationship is going to be over. If you divulge information that you have this incurable disease, that relationship is going to be over. So you have to understand that lust is shielding from you the consequences of giving in. Because the flesh is screaming. Like when we're hungry and we want something to eat, we may have, decided to go on a diet, or we're trying to change our lives for a particular time frame. We're trying to lose weight and you're not prepared. And then you see that cheeseburger and fries, or you drive past that McDonald's because you didn't get to eat today, and you give in. Boom. Right? Now your diet's off. You gain 2 pounds. Now your energy's down. You don't want to hit the gym. You feel disgusted. You can't believe you ate that. Right? That's what lust is. Right? Don't lose your life, man, because, you wanted to have a moment of pleasure. Don't allow Satan to steal from you. Look at this. Job 24:15. The eye of an adulterer always waits for the twilight, saying no evil will see me, and he veils his face. See, this is an adulterer. An adulterer is a liar. An adulterer is a person who does things in secret. They're deceitful. They do it in the dark. They don't do it in the open. And it's because they're ashamed of what they're doing. They're ashamed of the sins and the acts that they are committing. It's why these things are done in the dark. This is what this verse is talking about. They're saying no one will see me. They want to hide. The Bible says men hate the light because their deeds are evil. They don't want the light to expose their evil deed. This is why people like to do things in the dark. They don't want to be seen. They don't want to be held accountable. They want to taste the sweet fruit of wickedness, not knowing that sweet fruit of wickedness is going to turn to poison in their soul. not knowing that they're going to have to give an account, not knowing that that marriage is on your hands, that you broke up, not knowing that those kids are affected. That's going to come back on you. You reap what you sow. You will not escape. You will not escape. These things will not go unpunished in this life or the life to come, right? When you lust, that's an indication that danger is around the corner. Danger is around the corner, man. It's around the corner and it is waiting on you. But here's the thing. When you're spiritually weak and your flesh is overpowering your spirit, the call of that desire, for you to fulfill that desire, is stronger of the knowledge of knowing that this is going to cost you your life. Dudes really actually take that chance. They really take a chance on lust, on fulfilling their passions. They take a chance. They risk it all. You ever heard that? He about to risk it all. They risk it all. They risk it all, man, for a few moments of pleasure. The Bible says a man who's an adulterer has no sense. He has no understanding. He has no wisdom. Why? Because he knows that there's danger around the corner, but he's refusing to acknowledge it. He's refusing to accept the probability of what's going to happen to him. He's not going to go unpunished. But as long as the punishment is not happening immediately, he's willing to go through with it. It talks about this in Ecclesiastes. Is that because judgment is put off? It's not right there when you actually commit the sin. Men will continue in evil. Lust is an indication that danger is around the corner. The next time you guys are feeling horny, the next time you guys are feeling zesty, the next time you guys are feeling some type of way, just know that danger is around the corner. It is around the corner. It is waiting for you to destroy you. 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 18 says, flee from sexual immorality, for every other sin a person commits is outside the body, but sexually immoral person sins against his own body. We talked about that. Listen to this. Proverbs 6:24 through 26. To preserve you from the evil woman, from the smooth tongue of the adulteress, do not desire her beauty in your heart, and do not let her capture you with her eyelashes. For the price of a prostitute is only a loaf of bread, but a married woman hunts down a precious life. I want you to understand what this verse is saying. It says the price of a prostitute is a loaf of bread. That's the value that is placed on a prostitute, is a loaf of bread. But it says the prostitute hunts down a precious life. You give up a loaf of bread for a prostitute, and that prostitute takes your life. You exchange bread for your life. It's right here in Proverbs chapter 6. To preserve you from the evil woman, from the smooth speech of the adulteress. Don't let the smooth speech get you, dog. Do not desire her beauty in your heart, and do not let her capture you. As a man, you don't want to be captured, bro. Captured with her eyelashes. For the price of a prostitute is only a loaf of bread, but a married woman hunts down a precious life. Come on, man. Lust is an indication that danger is around the corner. Proverbs 7:25 and 26. Let not your heart turn aside to her ways. Do not stray into her paths. For many, a victim has she laid low, and all her slain are a mighty throng. Many are her victims. Lust is an indication that danger is around the corner. The next time you are feeling overwhelmed with lust, know that the price to pay is danger. Something's in danger. Something is trying to take advantage of you in a negative way. You might lose your job. You might lose your family. You might lose your life. You might lose your health. A man who has no sexual discretion has no sense. He has no sense whatsoever. I want you guys to live and not die. Get the book, man. It's free. If you're dealing with masturbation, you're dealing with these things, this book is going to show you how to get free. You're going to cast the devil out of yourself. This is Home Nuts Podcast, man. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'm going to holler at you guys in the next one. Peace.